In this brief tutorial, I wish to show you guys a simple concept, which is automation inside of Logic Pro X. All right. A lot of people are intimidated by this process, so they never try to learn how it goes. Now, before we go any further in this video, this is for beginners. So I'm not doing a bunch of things for the pro audio guys. So it's just really basic, just to give you guys a concept as to how this works. All right. I've seen several projects where there are several tracks doing some of the same things or some of the things that could be achieved in one track using automation. And I'm going to show you what I mean. So right in front of us, I have a channel. This is just a regular drum machine sound or library inside of Logic Pro X. It's the Boutique XP12. And I'm just going to dial in something real quick, 4 bars, as a matter of fact. So we're going to just we're going to undo that. I'm going to draw that out to be 4 bars. So here we go. All right, let's quantize that by hitting Q right quick. All right, now to get to the automation inside of Logic Pro X, all you have to do is hit the letter A on your keyboard, and this will change. I'm gonna hit it again just to kind of show you, because that was kind of quick. Also, this little icon up here is what switches it on and off, the automation here. And I believe there's something up here. It's not up here. I have to actually put it there, customize my toolbar up there. But this is what it is. This is automation, and some of you guys look like this, where it says display off. It's not doing anything. Some may go is all, you know, by default, it may be already set to volume, and that's usually how mine's look. When I hit the A, it goes like this, back and forth. All right, just for some reason, some of the tracks don't always come here, but don't get intimidated, because this is how automation works. Now we can do several things here. Let's first play with the volume, as it's already there. So you just click on the node, and let's go back. I'm moving kind of quick. So basically, look like this, right? You can click anywhere on this region and it is going to activate it. You know, you didn't do anything at all. You didn't affect anything. But what you got to do is you got to create these nodes. All right. And then you pull down the nodes in the whatever areas that you want. And then you can see the volume go up and down. Just like that. Guys, we are already automating. I can stop this video right now, but we're going to keep going, and I'm going to show you some more. So if you hit this drop down arrow right here, it's going to bring up the same thing here. All right, volume. All right, but you can change this to pan. So now you got something else going on. So you can now manipulate the panning to go side by side or whatever to your liking. And this is how this works. Now, if I hit X, I didn't erase anything, but I don't know if you can see the panning is being done on this trap. You know, say you condense that or whatever, you can actually see what's going on back here. You know, you got the panning, like what is that extra other stuff going on? That's the panning. And if you have other things going on, there's going to be a bunch of scribble, scrabble type stuff going on back there. All right. I could switch from the panning just from this window. You know, I can still get that. And now you can see the volume in the background. You know what I mean? I can do other things like play with the compressor. Let's do something that would be more exaggerated. Let's pull up a reverb or something. Let's play with an echo. Cool. I love playing with echoes here. You can do several things, and it just really in respect to the placement, you know, as far as the plugins where they are on your channel. So if you go up here, you just go to echo. All right. Or if you're trying to bypass on and off, let's do that. if you're trying to bypass something, a plugin, you just have to. It's crazy because when you hit main here, it doesn't say that it's the echo right here. You just have to remember what it is. You know, I got the compressor for the first slot, and I got the echo for the second slot right here. So if I'm playing with the bypass, you know, you just got to know which slot is what. All right, so I'm going to click to activate. I'm gonna bring this. I'm gonna bypass it there. Do like this and check this out. Now, all I did was, as you can see down here where it is bypassed, and then it kicks it back in. That's if you want to do stuff like that. I really don't do anything like that. I used to, and then I noticed this glitch that happens. Like Logic, it is noisy when it comes in and out. So what I've been able to do, and I'm just gonna erase that. What I usually do is, instead of using the bypass function, if I need to bring something in and out on a specific channel, I'll play with the wet function here. And wet usually means it's the wet and dry here, how wet or dry, whatever, meaning how much of it is in the track and or not. The dry signal is the original signal. The wet signal is the whatever. You know, it could be the reverb, it could be the delay, or whatever the case may be. Now I'm going to automate this track here. I'm going to do let's just dial it in. It's at 74%, so I'm gonna bring it in slow. So the wet is going to be off, and then I'm gonna bring it in slow. And if I need to cut it off in a certain area, I'll just, you know, just bring the wet all the way down to 0, which is essentially a dry signal. To me, it's smoother that way. You can't hear that much now because I'm just playing with something simple. But like when we get to like vocals and things like that, trying to cut off certain plugins in different spots, it can get kind of messy, and you know, I just don't like dealing with things like that. So I never really use the bypass. So I use the wet and dry functions. Okay, so say I only wanted to do this, you know, say I only wanted to do it in that section right here. All right, I can do it like that. And again, when I'm here, that doesn't mean that I erased or delete the volume or the panning in the background, because it's still there. Because all I have to do, if I need to get to any of that stuff, I can go here and change. But why do that? Why try to change and go? It's just complicated. Just hit the down arrow, boom, there go your volume. Hit the plus again, boom, there goes your pan. All right, hit the plus again, it's going to be nothing. You just have to put something there. You can that's cool. You can automate the mute, or you can play with let's see, the time. Time is at 1/8 right now. So say I only have it on right here. So say I come right here and play with the timing. Make it, I don't know, actually 1/16. I'm gonna make it 1/16 right there. And it's gonna cut off right there anyway. And what's cool about Logic is once you click on a node, it gives this like this grid or this locator type thing when you can line up, you know, with the node up here, because you can't really, you know, that. So that's always a great feature that I found pretty cool inside of Logic. So check this out. That was kind of quick, but let's say we extend that just a tad bit more. You know, I'm not doing anything perfect. I know it sounds terrible, but just to show you what you can do with automation. You know, some guys will have several tracks. Like I said, they will have several tracks doing these several things, and because they don't know how to automate, in the channel, and then that causes for more plugins and more tracks, and you're streaming more audio from your hard drive, and it's pulling on your CPU here. So that's the type of things that's happening, when you don't know how to do, simple things like this. But that's my job right now, to show you how this stuff works. All right, so let's go back here, and once you hit A, it has all that stuff. And the good thing about this here is, say you need to copy and paste. All right, bam. Will my work be, say you want to keep everything you just did, and just continue, over and over and over. Now, you hear that everything was copied over. That's correct. That's correct. Check it out. Everything that we did here was copied over here. Now, say you don't want to do that. You don't want everything to be copied over here. What you should have did was made two copies. This one here and this one here. But nope, don't want to do that. You can do it one way. This is actually, you have to double click. You have to double click on everything, which sucks. But one way you can get rid of everything is by moving this over like this here. That's actually a way that I found is very easy. I'll just move it over. And just copy that, and bam, there's nothing following this. But if you need to copy this, say is a certain spot in the song, and there you go. And that is actually a easy way that I found, convenient for me. And just do it like that. Boom, just take it. Boom, and there you go. Now, another way that you can automate is by automating from your controller or something, something of that nature. You say you have a controller with knobs and buttons and things like that. You can set your controller up to automate different things going on. And all you have to do is just make sure that the channel that you want to affect is being in either the touch mode, the latch mode, or write mode. Now, if you're in write mode, you overwrite everything that's going on. In the latch mode means it's like an overdub, everything you have, you leave it there. And then when you come back, you're going to just latch on top of that. Now, the touch mode is like, I'm trying to give you guys the best way I can explain that is, say your levels. Okay, say for instance, we can do touch mode right now as we I'll just play with the volume. Say my volume is right here, and I just go and turn it down, and once I let go, it pops back up. You see that? It just pops back up to where it's supposed to be, and you can see it. You see why, while it was happening, boom, 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 boom. This was the moment where I had it, boom, I had it down here, boom, boom. As soon as I let go right here, boom, it jumped right back up to where it was supposed to be. Hold, let go, boom. That's how touch works. But if I'm in latch, it's just going to stay right there. And wherever you keep your, but I'm keeping it. Or I can just let go, and it is just, it's almost like a overwrite in a sense. Well, not necessarily, but as long as you got, if your volume is held on something, it overwrites it. Let's put it like that. So if you have, your mouse right here, and you're holding it there, then it overwrites everything. Or just the volume, because I'm only affecting the volume. Once I let go, it'll just stay wherever it is. Now, if we're in write, it's going to give you a warning. It's going to tell you. It's going to rewrite over everything. You see what's going on? So in the write mode, it rewrote everything, and as you can see, there's a straight line across everything. Everything is like nothing is what we had before. You know, everything is straight line because it rewritten everything. So that's the overwrite. That's the true overwrite right there. But it don't touch anything thereafter. Everything stays the same, after this locator right here. But if I was to keep going, okay. If I was to keep going, it won't do anything because it's gonna go back to latch mode. All right. And then you just leave the read on to hear back whatever. You turn the read on this here if you don't want to write over nothing or you don't want to accidentally hit something. You know what I mean? You immediately turn it on when you're done with your automation. I will strongly suggest that because you will leave this on here and then come back and oh man, this is too loud. Or seeing that you already messed with the volume, there's really nothing you can do right at this moment because say you think it's too loud, you'll turn it down, and then what will happen? It'll jump right back to where it was. See, I'm just teaching you guys how automation works. And say some of you guys dabble into automation and you wondering, why it never, I turned it down. It jumps right up. Well, you automate something, and that's the reason why that's like it is. Now, I will say this. Okay, let's put that back on read. So say we don't want to mess with nothing. We want everything to be like that. All right, boom. Now, for mixing purposes, I would suggest if you need the volume here, I would just eliminate. One trying to delete that one, trying to delete the volume here. I would delete the volume automation or don't put any volume automation there, and I will put up another plugin, and then you can't say it right, utility area here called gain. This is the gain plugin here. All right, this is what I would rather do if you need to automate the volume, say like you got vocals going on or something like that or anything going on. I will automate the gain, through the plugin here, and just go here to the gain and control. All right. Say you need something to spike up for a second in this section or something. Exaggerate that. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you have instances where the vocal is too low right here in a certain area or whatever, and you need to just, kind of spike up a little bit right there and then go right back to the regular volume or something like that. Or if you need to fade out or something like that, say, I don't know, you can fade out like right here. And you can do it like that and not affect the volume here. You understand what I'm saying? So I need my volume, right here, that's negative 9.4 dB, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Nothing is being automized as far as the volume for mixing purposes. You want your levels to stay right there. But as far as the volume, and then, then you can also manipulate how this curve looks by selecting your curve tool and give it that the curve that you need. So there we go. You know, there you go. And that's pretty much the gist of automation. This was a MIDI track that I just dialed in, but you can do this on audio, vocals, instruments, whatever. So you got a string section. You know, you got multiple of strings. Say you need that crescendo, something you do in orchestra music, because I do it all the time. You can do things like this. You can actually have several channels, and this is what this is. This is a multi-channel right here. You can have all of these here. And let me get out of here because it's starting to look confusing. So say you got all these channels, you know, you can have these bus to a auxiliary channel and have that gain on one channel. Say you got all your cellos and your strings and, you know, your string ensemble. You can actually have that bus to one channel to take advantage of that one automation. You know, just say you just need, you know, there's several ways you can do many things inside of Logic Pro X using automation, and I have several ways that I use it. So I just want to show you guys briefly how this works. I hope I wasn't too long or boring, as I know I was, but this was your boy KJ showing you tricks and tips inside of Logic Pro X in regards to automation. I have several videos on my channel. I hope you know, stick around and kind of dive a little bit and, you know, seeing what else I have on the channel. All right. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know what you're thinking. If you haven't already, visit website www.ksound.com. That's spelled with 2 D's, KSOUNDD. All right.